Okay, we're at the Social Workplace Conference in London, and I'm with Benjamin Ellis and David Christopher, both given sessions this morning. Guys, I've just got a couple of quick questions for you. First, who in the organisation presents the biggest or most barriers to using social technology?
I'll caveat my answer with it depends on the organisation. And we were chatting about this. I think for me, oftentimes it is the PR organisation that struggles most. They're not a barrier, but they do struggle because it's a very different paradigm about not a controlled message, but just letting everyone speak, which is very disconcerting. You know, I came from a PR background at one point in time. It's the opposite of what we're trained in. But actually, the biggest blockers actually often come from the HR team, I find. There's some great HR people who do wonderful things, but again, for a lot of them, they look at social software and see it as risk and exposure.
I'll come from a slightly different angle. I would look at roles. I would say that executive management, get it. I think the senior management, get it. I think the employees absolutely get it. Middle management is the barrier because they have a small team, they have targets they need to reach, they have their time spent on other things that they think are more important. The middle management level, for me, is the biggest barrier I've seen.
And what's the biggest myth around adopting social technologies within organisations?
Biggest myth?
I think one of the biggest myths is that it's going to be quick and it's going to work first time. Sometimes it is quick, sometimes it works first time, but oftentimes the first experience is a learning one where you get to grips with your culture and understand how it's different than you thought it was, where you discover what the appropriate applications are going to be. So I tend to say to people, start with something small and learn from that. So I think that a lot of vendors will propagate the myth that you put their software in and it's going to be magical and suddenly your organisation's transformed. That's a process that takes 3 to 5 years and you're not necessarily going to get it right first time.
I would agree with that. Start small, quick win, big impact is something I often quote. I'd also look at the technology. The biggest myth for me is that the technology will solve all the problems. So look at the technology, implement it, all our business issues are solved. That is not how you should approach social technologies and social business. It's all about the issues and challenges you need to face and apply technology to it. So never start with the technology first, start with the people, their objectives, the strategy, and then the technology.
Final question, if social tech is more about the people, or a lot more about the people than it is about the technology, what are the people capability challenges around making this stuff work?
I'm not so sure it's people, it's culture, and the subtle difference being most organisations, for all the right historic reasons, are very individualistic. Social software makes it much more community-based, and it really exposes the culture of the business, which sometimes is hidden. So it's about creating the right culture. And I think if you're using social software, you need to start by having a look at your culture and understanding what that is and what you want it to be, because it may be you don't want to create that kind of organisation. That's fine. Some organisations, command and control is perfect for what they want to do, but you need to understand that culture because it will be the thing that will kill or hinder adoption. Again,
I agree. The culture is for me is the key. Understanding that culture takes time. The technologies is important. The technologies enable the strategy. They don't define it. It's the people that make it happen. So understanding the culture for me is absolutely essential. So I absolutely agree with Benjamin.
Guys, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.